Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, and still the biggest voice in boxing. You know that. For the people who keep asking, yeah, that photograph on thumbnail there on the profile, it's in Amsterdam, but from January. So, okie doke. Right. Lee Wood, pushing 37-year-old on the slide, in my opinion. He's been 19 months inactive. I mean, what is all that about? 19-month inactive. Nobody's asking questions, are they, why that is? But are we bothered? No, because he's finished basically, and he's old man now, isn't he, for his weight? But he fought Kakazi last night. We'll come to that in a minute. This is the rest of the show. Joe Cooper, 19-year-old, he had a win on points. So all the home fighters won on points, all of them, apart from Lee Wood. But Kakazi's more of a Bricktop man than Wood, isn't he? So Joe Cooper had a win. Harris Akbar won on points. Joe Tiers won on points. Ewan Maloney won on points. Nico Levers won on points. Charlie Senior won on points. Lewis Williams won on points. Owen Cooper won on points. And then we've got Sam Noakes by KO. Ezra Taylor, unanimous decision. Liam Davis, a unanimous decision. So technically, we had Kakazi's stoppage of Wood and Sam Noakes' stoppage of Patrick Ballas. Rest of them were all points decisions. 12 fights, one knockout, one TKO. There you go. Main talking points will obviously be Steve Gray. Women love him, men want to be him. Now, Steve Gray had the fight to Lee Wood after scoring 8 rounds. Lee Wood, according to Steve Gray, were 2 rounds ahead. But Benit Bruzel, another judge, had it by 6 rounds to Kakazi after, obviously they scored 8 full rounds, but the issue were in the ninth. But if you go to the scorecards, Steve Gray were way off because that Benit Russell had it by 6 rounds. So in a 9 round fight, they didn't get a chance to score the ninth round, but in a 9 round fight, the first 8 rounds, right? Ruzel and Steve Gray are 8 rounds apart. So who's at fault? Well, the other referee had it for Kakazi by wide margins. So basically, what is Steve Gray watching and what has he been smoking? Has Steve Gray been smoking some really strong skunk? The stuff that makes you trip and see things that your eyeballs uh, only see, but that it's not reality. Is it Steve Wood? Is Steve Gray, sorry, hallucinating? I don't know. But I'd like to see the same energy against Steve Gray that we saw against Ian John Lewis. I'd like to see that energy. That's what I'd like to see. But I've never been a fan of Steve Gray. But I didn't hear Bricktop complaining when Steve Gray gave it to Tommy Langford in a split decision when Sam Sheedy fought Tommy Langford at Cardiff, because I were there ringside. And Sheedy were robbed that night, Sam Sheedy. But I didn't hear Bricktop complaining that night. But Bricktop's guy won, didn't he, Kakazi? But Steve Wood does need looking at for that, because how could he have Wood 2 rounds ahead after scoring 8 rounds? That means he's 8 rounds apart from the other guy. So they've got two different opinions. I don't want to hear from Gareth A. Davis and Juggies Oliver about swing rounds, and no doubt Sam Jones will be Bombay Dave and Big Malk. They'll all be there, won't they? Today and tomorrow doing their sermons. But I don't want to hear Frotch going on about Lee Wood being 19-month out ring and his tools weren't sharp. There's a reason Lee Wood was a 19-month outside the ring, a world champion boxer in his prime, in his later years. Why is he in his later years parked up when he's a world champion? Eh? Why? So that's where we're at. So, but it is what it is. So is what it is. Sam Jones has piped up. He's saying that Martin Bakoli's morbidly obese. Well, tell that to Billy Nelson because he keeps putting him in these fights and getting him flogged, doesn't he? So it is what it is. Manny Pacquiao's going to fight Barrios. Oh, the F wants to see that. A man pushing 47-year-old. So people are talking about Josh Warrington against Lee Wood. It's a case of who's got anything left in the tank. I'm sure Eddie will wheel him out for a payday in Leeds. See if Josh can do more than 100 tickets this time, eh? So, David Adelaide hits harder than David A, according to Adam Booth. Go to Adam Booth. He's the best, the Dark Lord. Well, Adam Booth wouldn't have said that when he were hanging out at back of David A. What would he? But now they've gone their separate ways. David Adelaide hits harder. I personally don't believe that. I think David A hits harder than Adelaide, but we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see. So, AD Alapido says John Fury got it wrong on Usyk. He says Usyk won both fights clearly. The mainstream media agree. They gave Fury 6 rounds out of 24 against Usyk, the same as Joshua. So, Big John Fury putting offers out to Jake Paul and KSI. Out there with begging bowl. Because Big John's been frozen out, and he bites Saudis, been slagging them off, slagging Sugar Hill off. Go on, Big John, pop, pop, bang. He's not happy with Tyson. Look, if you were any good as a trainer, Tyson would have had you training by now, wouldn't he, Big John? You're obviously pony. Stick to controlling Roman and Tommy. Because they're just nodding dogs, aren't they? So, Ben Davidson took another L last night. Took that Joshua loss against Dubois. He's just took that Lee Wood one last night. Maybe Ben Davidson might concentrate on learning how to be a trainer now instead of doing his Sunday sermons and Monday mass. So, you know what they'll all be saying now, don't you? Don't go to Ben Davidson. He is not the best. He is not the new Dark Lord. Pop, pop, bang. So, bit disappointing not to see Carl Froch as a pundit on DAZN last night. But Froch wasn't going to be outdone. He turned up with his camera, strutting around like Umar, IFL Umar. So it is what it is, whatever floats your boat, innit? But yeah, Ben Davison took another loss. But what can you say? What can you do? It is what it is, innit? So that's about it, really. So peace out. Pop, pop, bang. All right. Go on, booyaka. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment.